welcome to the Kumpfy Life, or if you saw the title of this video and the picture that was added to the title page, Kumpfy Konstruction is what I'm calling it, because we're going to be starting something new, at least for this month, because we've got some construction that we're going to do. If you saw the last video, I said there's some big changes going on for us at the Kumpfy Life. Here in the Kumpfer household, we are going to have a little bit of a change here. We are actually having my wife's grandma move in with us. There's some things going on health-wise for her where it just made sense for her to be able to come in by us, and we can help out with that. But that means we have to make some changes around here so we can help out, make sure she's got the most safe and best things to help her with. So what we're doing is actually converting our schoolroom. Kind of messy in here. We've been moving things around and things like that, but if you didn't know, we homeschool our kiddos, and so this room actually extends even further that way. But if you see this giant wall of bookshelves on the other side, will continue to be the schoolroom over here. I don't know if I can show, there's things over there, computer and whatnot. Kids will still be able to do their homeschooling on that side, and we're going to kind of create a little bit more of a barrier going through here with different things and make this look all nice. But Grandma's going to have her room in here, and then attached to that is the bathroom. And this is where we have quite a bit of things to do, because we have to make sure that she can be able to take showers and everything. And that means converting this tub over into a walk-in shower. So that's going to be a big project. We're also going to be removing this toilet, putting one in that's a little bit taller so she can get on there. And then we're going to take this vanity out and just consolidate it down into something a little bit smaller, so there's a little bit more room for walkers and things like that. So yeah, it's quite a bit. And I say the month of May because Grandma's got to be out of her old place by the end of the month. So what we're going to be doing in this series is going to be doing some deconstruction, demolition, and we're also going to do some remodeling and some construction things like that. But for myself, it's just something that I have been able to do just because of what I've learned throughout life from my dad. I've actually put a full bathroom in upstairs where there was nothing. So it's not my first go around on something like that, but it's going to be a little bit of a crunch time. So figured why not take you guys along with us when we're going through this. And yeah, hopefully it's not going to be too bad, but I know it's going to be a good amount of work. But I'm going to kind of just take you along on this little bit of a series, and I'm calling it Kumpfy Konstruction, as you saw on the title page. So we're gonna get things going. I'm gonna start by ripping out the vanity and getting the toilet out of the way, and then we'll kind of see where things go with that tub surround. So welcome to Kumpfy Konstruction. Let's see what we can do. All right, so get made the most of the drawers out of everything here. And one thing you gotta keep in mind when you're working with anything plumbing is to make sure you got the water turned off before you disconnect things. Otherwise things are gonna get a little wet. So in this old house, one thing is there's a lot of copper piping. If you can see in there, it might be a little dark. We'll get some better lighting in here in just a second. But we're going to convert a lot of this copper piping over to what's called PEX. For those people that do construction or know that stuff, it's basically like a plastic material that's very, well not very, but it's more flexible, a lot easier to work with compared to something that's very solid and rigid like copper is. So what we're going to do is turn these valves off, get everything disconnected, and then we're going to disconnect our drain pipes and everything else. And we'll see exactly where we need to unscrew the cabinet from the wall here. So let's see what we can find. one of the best things about cleaning plumbing and drains and stuff like that is when you open them up, there's usually a really awesome smell that comes out. And if you look in here, all the different sludge and scum that gets built up from all different use between hair and soap products and everything else, it's a lovely smell. Alright, everything is loosened up. Should be able to pull the sink right out. Or the faucet, I should say, not the sink. Okay, well, a couple of observations here. Number one, the smell. Yeah, that is lovely, and I can't wait to dive into the tub, because that's probably going to be even worse. But number two, I realize I am using a purple adjustable wrench, so I'll probably get roasted in the comments for that, and that's fine. I don't care. It's a tool. It works. Who cares? Purple's my favorite color anyways. Number three, the thing is with any of these projects, and the Kumpfer motto, as you see at the end of every video when we say the immortal words of the Kumpfer adventure, that's like, especially with these projects where you just come across these things that just don't seem to go the way you thought they were going to, or just takes a lot more work. And the issue is we have an older house, and so a lot of the things, I mean, you could probably see in some of the footage there's a lot of corrosion, there's a lot of rust, there's just a lot of old, outdated things as well. And so it just makes life a little bit more difficult. But like I said, we're going to be not only updating and changing some things out, but adding like the PEX tubing and all that kind of stuff. That will make maintenance much easier in the future. But yeah, those are just my initial observations. Oh, and also trying to film while doing a project is going to take this project twice as long. So make sure to like and subscribe, because that makes it all worth it for me. Because as much as I don't mind doing these projects, it's more for you guys that I'm filming all this stuff, and it's taking a little bit longer, and it's also harder to do things one-handed at times when you're filming too. So those are my observations initially for this. Let's just keep going at it and see what I can do. So this is interesting. Found a new instrument. Clearly I'm running into something, and that's probably the thing that's giving me a problem for trying to get this top off, because I'm cut all the adhesive, I'm loosening the ends around, and I'm still not able to pull it off. So I'm thinking there's got to be some kind of screw or metal that's also attached somewhere that I'm not seeing it. So, well, let's keep on playing. I'm not sweating, you're sweating. Okay, this stupid thing, there's no metal or anything under there. It is simply just the adhesive that's all around there, which is good because it's sealed on there nice and tight, but not for when you want to take it apart. So this little guy, no. Time for a bigger crowbar. Go big or go home, right? All right, well, I'll just keep going. Okay, I got it. It just took a lot of prying. There's a lot of adhesive on this thing. Oh, smoked. But look at this. The sink is loose. Whew. So here it is without the sink top on there. Much easier to get to everything. You just have to take off some of these screws that are attached to the wall and maybe get a little bit of this off the edge from the trim, and that should pull away fairly easy. But my issue will be running into the pipes here because I can't just lift them straight up off of there. So I'm gonna have to figure out what I'm gonna do with those, because I know I'm gonna convert them over to PEX anyways, but I don't have the tools with me at the moment, so I might have to get creative. We'll see. Well, just pulling a little bit on this. That's not supposed to do that. Yeah, the connection down there is not so good. So luckily down in the basement, most of the stuff is exposed and I can get right to it. So that's going to be something that definitely has to be updated, because that's not supposed to work. However, that makes pulling this thing through a little bit easier, but these guys are kind of in the way, and I'm wondering, maybe I just cut my way through here and see if I can move these out of the way just a little bit to pull it over the top. It might be easier to do. Plus, I just got to take a look at this subfloor once we're all there too, because that could be a problem. Adventure! Through, so hopefully when we go to lift the cabinet off, then I can get these just cleared past. There's a little bit of wiggle room and play that these have that kind of move, so hopefully when I lift it up, it shouldn't be a problem. I think I pulled all the screws out. I might be missing something, but I think this should be pretty loose. So if I give it a tug, it should start moving. I think it's because it's caught on the trim a little bit, so I might have to loosen that. Otherwise, little muscle never hurt anything. There we go. It's loose. So So I just got to get past these couple pipes and it should come right out. The fun things about old homes and the things that people do, and I get it, but this is the original hardwood floor that was in, and if you can see, let's see if I can try to get this, look at all the layers. You got a layer of linoleum, another layer of some plywood, and then linoleum that was originally put on. Yeah, check that out, lovely pattern, must have been done in the 70s, I think. But yeah, if you see, this is actually old, I think it's oak floors, if it's consistent with the rest of the house. And so, depending on what we do, I might try to restore that. I don't know. I mean, it's not an easy job, but it also is very nice to have finished hardwood floors nowadays. So, I don't know. What do you think?
It would look nice.
It would look nice. I don't know. Now there's a lot of other things that I got to do, including, oh that's right, taking that old toilet out and also figuring out how to take this thing out. So I know for sure today and in this video I will get this toilet done, and then I'll check back in to see if I'm going to even have time or the ability to take this out today. So I'll check back in just a little bit. Put on a few miles on that toilet right there since we've owned the house. It's been good to me, but all good things must come to an end. So one last time, old girl. I'm gonna miss you. So the thing about toilets, just like any other plumbing, make sure you got the water turned off. And this is turned off here. And when you go ahead and flush it, it's gonna start emptying this tank out here. There shouldn't be a whole lot left in there. You're gonna sop up what's left, and then also take a look in here, and you'll see that there's some that's left in here that you're gonna want to go down as well. Once that's done, it's fairly simple. Taking 2 bolts off, disconnecting the water off the bowl, and lifting it right out. Let's go. A lot of you probably are like, oh, that's so gross, look at that. That's nasty, that's where the poop goes. Oh, you're right, but this actually here is a wax ring. It has nothing to do with anything being poop or anything like that on there. It actually just creates a really good seal between the toilet and the flange down at the bottom. So what we're gonna end up doing with this anyways is peeling that up, and then like I said before with the floor and everything else, we'll just rip up the linoleum and the boards underneath after we pull the surround out, and then we'll kind of see where things line up. I really don't want to do that tub surround today. Doing a vanity, taking out a toilet, that's just a whole other beast I don't feel like tackling today. And besides, we're starting the new Kumpfy Construction series here on the Kumpfy Life channel. So I'm just gonna make some more episodes instead of just making a really long one. So if you want to see more of this or you like this, please show your appreciation by hitting like. If you don't have a YouTube account, create one so you can subscribe to the Kumpfy Life channel. All you have to do is put in an email account and then you can subscribe right to the channel here. Hit that notification bell, that way every time I upload a new video, you'll get notified for it. You'll get to see what's going on. So I'm gonna sign off for right now. We'll get to this tomorrow. In the immortal words of the Kumpfer, adventure. See ya.